let's make an enemy. Okay, to get an enemy, we are gonna need a graphic first. So I'm gonna open up this graphics folder, and I am going to use one of these graphics I created earlier. So I'm gonna drag this enemy on here. I'm also, while I'm here, gonna drag the cloud into here because I created a cloud. We're gonna make some new background stuff in eventually as well. So let's take this. I made mountains. Okay, hit apply. Enemy, you change default to sprite 2D and UI. Hit apply, and then the cloud. The cloud and the mountains are just going to be used later, but we're going to use this enemy right now. Okay, so let's see what happens if we drag it right here. We already have an enemy on stage. I just dragged it on there. It created a game object with a sprite render. Let's just use some of the things we already have. We have, if I click add component and I type movement script, we already wrote that, right? And I'm going to click this just destroy, so when he goes off the stage, he'll get destroyed. And let's make this speed at least 6. Let's make it 8. Let's make it faster than the stars. So let's just say if I push play, that script that we wrote earlier, it's going to work, and when he gets off the side of the screen, he disappears, and he's gone forever. Okay, great. And then we need to create a script for him so that when he hits the player, we're going to end the game once he gets hit, 1 hit. So you only have 1 health. Okay, so let's go into our scripts folder and control click and create a C# script. And let's call this thing enemy script. Script. Okay, and by the way, if you haven't caught on to this yet, once you type that in there, Unity is going to create a file for you, and you'll notice whatever you type here for the file name, it's identical right here. The class name is that script, so you want to pay attention to make sure you're naming things correctly. Okay, now on enemy, we're going to simply drag this script onto the enemy, and nothing's happening in there. What we're going to do is we're going to borrow from this star script. So let's open up the star script real quick. So this is what the star script does, and then for the enemy script, if yours isn't loaded in like this, you might just have to simply double click enemy script from Unity to get this open. Let's just copy and paste some things from here. Let's copy and paste this entire part right here that has the game objects for the script object, the player, and then in the start it finds those things. So we're going to copy that. I just pushed Command C on my keyboard, and I'm going to paste it right here. So we've got those same things. If I save it, I'll have to, well, I won't have to do anything actually, because in our start we were smart. We had Unity do the work for us. It finds these game objects for us. Okay, so now in the star script, we put this distance, and we calculate the distance from the player to our own position, this object's position. So in this case, it'll be the enemy. And then if its distance is less than this, then we have stars collected. But we're going to remove that because we don't want to get a star when we hit the enemy. We want something bad to happen. So for now, we're just going to print out lose. Okay, and I need to spell it like this. And now when I save it, I'm going to move the enemy to the right more. And by the way, if you want to make this guy smaller, you can make it whatever size you want. You can make whatever graphic you want. I make the graphic available to you in the Google Drive, but I'm going to just change the scale of this guy down to like 0.5 maybe, and 0.5, and his Z, it really doesn't matter because the Z is going forward and back from the camera view, so he's going to stay at his original size anyway. So, and then let's hit play and see if in the console it prints out that we got hit. Yes, lose. Okay, so let's try that again. So I'm gonna clear this. That line that said print lose, as soon as he gets close to you, ta-da, it makes you lose. Great. Okay, so instead of Now let's see if I could jump over them real quick. Let's just see if that's working. Yeah, okay, good. We have a game now. Okay, so let's make a lose scene. Now, first off, I want to take note that this scene we've been working on is, we just got started in our scenes. It's called sample scene. So I'm going to save this as new names. I'm going to go File, Save As, and I am going to go into the Scenes folder, and I'm going to name this as Walker Game. Okay? The Walker Game. Okay, because he's the walker. Okay? Because we're going to have more scenes later, different types of games. So this is the walker. Okay? And we're going to hit save. And so now we have, it is now known as the Walker Game. Okay? And so we're going to need to lose, and we want to make it go to a new scene. Okay? So how are we going to do that? We can simply go File, New Scene. Okay? And we are going to just say basic built-in. That's fine. Hit create. And this is going to be, we're going to save this as, in our scenes folder, we're going to save this as game over scene. Or just game over. Game over's fine. Game over. And then, ta-da. Now, so we have to now go to build settings to add this scene into our build. We actually want to put our walker game, drag that into here, and then we need to put our game over scene into here. And this is the only way Unity knows what scenes are available in the game. So that was build settings. So we went File, Build Settings to open this window up. Okay, so now we're just going to do something here. We're going to right click, insert a UI canvas, and we are going to right click and add an image that is just going to be a black background, and we're going to make this image stretch the entire canvas by clicking this little box here, holding Option down and hitting this, and it'll stretch over the entire canvas. And now I'm going to go right click, UI, and we're going to write text. Let's see, we can do text measure. I'm just going to do legacy text for now. Okay, and I'm going to write game over. Game over, and I want to make sure this is white on the black background so that we can see. I'm going to write best fit, and if I double click this text, I can make the text very big. And best fit, oh, max size, let's make the max size way up to 200. So it'll fill in here, so game over. Okay, great. So now let's save this. Let's go back to the walker game, and now in the enemy script, when he hits you, we are going to now jump to that lose scene. How are we going to do that? So I've done a little quick Google search, and I went to, and I'm going to grab this line right here. I typed in Unity load scene, and you'll notice that we need to use this Unity scene management first. So I'm going to copy that, and I'm going to paste that into this enemy script. You have to be able, you have to enable Unity to have scene management. Otherwise, you can't manage your scenes. Okay? And that's, they don't put it in there automatically so that your game is lighter. It doesn't have unnecessary code. If for some reason you never wanted to load scenes, you wouldn't need that. And anyway, so I'm going to copy this now, scene manager.load scene, and this scene name we're going to have to change. So let's go to our code, and instead of print lose, we're going to say, and you won't even need to destroy the object because it's just going to be gone once we switch scenes. We're going to write in quotes, we're going to write game over. And now it can get to this scene because we have added it to the build settings. Let's take a look. Okay, so when we push play, if everything works out correctly, when the enemy runs into you, it jumps to the game over scene. So that's great. Okay, so have fun with that. In the next tutorial, we'll make the game code spawn enemies in different locations and maybe different speeds. I don't know. Okay, so have fun creating your game over scene and have fun.